He's probably having a hard time believing it. If I were him, I would too. It's such a sad thing.
But it can only add to the penalty if he doesn't answer it, doesn't Bobby? He can't really stay out there hoping that they'll change their minds.
Oh, you're certainly right there, Paul. According to them, he did break the rules. It's just sad to see something like that. Pace car should never be figured in to a race win.
Jack Villeneuve running at 207.4 miles an hour on the last lap. 5 to go. Car 27, the number his father carried in Formula One. That's Arie Luyendyk staying right there with him. Luyendyk is a lap behind the lead, running in 8th.
Villeneuve knows that he's not in the contest with Luyendyk, so he's not going to pay that much attention to it. He's more worried about keeping his car on the track, worried about the wind gust, things like that right now.
Now, despite the fact that the black flag has been displayed, they've not yet taken an action with regard to Scott Goodyear. The USAC computers have been showing him at the top of the order, but now they're beginning to flash a warning on their computers that they are updating the field and moving Goodyear out of the lead of the race. The leader is now officially Jack Villeneuve with 4 laps to go. Second is Fittipaldi. Bobby Rahal runs in 3rd. Salazar is 4th. Gugelmin is 5th. And Goodyear has been moved down to 7th place. Rahal chasing Fittipaldi. Battle for 2nd. 3 to go.
Rahal, too, battling the vicissitudes of officialdom today. Coming back from that stop and go, which he was luckily able to make under the yellow, now battling for 2nd. Fittipaldi on the left in that car, which if you look straight down on it from the top, looks like a Brazilian flag. If you look straight down on that green and blue and yellow car.
Eliseo Salazar, the 7 car from Chile, now closing on Rahal. He's in the fight, too.
Also got to keep in mind, these guys have tires that are not quite as sharp. They've run these cars right now just as hard as they can be run. So adhesion to the track is a little bit scary sometimes.
There's Salazar in that yellow and green car going by. An experienced road racer, Eliseo Salazar, coming out of IMSA, driving for Dick Simon here. A very, very fine performance for him today. 40 years old, a very veteran driver, but a rookie here at Indianapolis.
No one has ever come from 2 laps down to win the Indy 500. The youngest winner thus far in the history of the race was Troy Ruttman. Now, Jack Villeneuve will be looking at a white flag and one final lap, a final 2.5 miles. An unbelievable run. The story will be told that Jack Villeneuve went 2 laps down on a penalty and fought his way back to the front of the field, across the South Chute for the final time in front of Bobby Unser.
Going by us, and he's looking really good, Paul. No problems.
Arie Luyendyk staying right there, wants to get in that winner's picture. Jack Villeneuve on the backstretch.
The magnitude of his achievement. Listen to the roar of the crowd. Back from 2 laps down. Only his 2nd year.
One more turn. The first Canadian on his way to winning the Indianapolis 500. Jack Villeneuve on the home stretch. And the 79th Indy 500 has been won by Jack Villeneuve as Arie Luyendyk screams by on the outside. The young Canadian has taken the win. There's 2nd place, Christian Fittipaldi. 3rd place is Bobby Rahal. Eliseo Salazar finishes in 4th. Robbie Gordon comes across the line in 5th place. And look at the despair of Leslie Goodyear. The jump on the pace car cost Goodyear the 500. Let's go to Gary.
Barry Green, tell me the emotion of coming from 2 laps down to win the Indy 500.
What a fight. What a driver. I mean, geez.
Have you ever seen anything like this in your long career?
We just won the first 505-mile race, huh? I got to get down to victory circle.
What was the thought when the black flag came out for Scott Goodyear?
You know, a bit of bad communication maybe on our part. We should have made him aware he's in P1, but we're going to get down there and enjoy it. Thanks, guys.
Savor it. Barry Green's on the run to victory lane. Jack will be there momentarily.
Christine Horn consoles Leslie Goodyear. Christine is the wife of the team owner, Steve Horn. So close, and yet so far away. This was perhaps even closer than the closest finish ever. There's the restart as he screamed past the Corvette pace car, and once he was passed, Villeneuve actually slowed down, kept it legal, almost cost him the position as Fittipaldi moved on him. P1, and Jacques Villeneuve is the winner.
There's a place where UV rays beat down so mercilessly they're nearly twice as intense as the sun's. No, it's not some blazing spot in the equator. It's the Dutch Boy Paint Testing Facility, where we test our exterior house paints to make sure they resist.
For all of you entered in the Valvoline Indy 500 Race to Riches contest who correctly guessed the winner, please call the 800 number now for your chance to win. Good luck.
So the 79th running of the Indy 500 is complete. A Canadian wins for the first time. Jacques Villeneuve of Canada, car 27, is the winner of the Indianapolis 500. And right now, he's in winner's circle. Here's Jack Arute.
Taking the customary congratulations of everybody, the swig of milk. Jack, first of all, tell us about your emotions when you were 2 laps down with the penalty.
I was really, really unhappy, and I think I was swearing a little bit, actually, but no, I didn't know I was in the lead when the yellow fell, and all I was trying to do was get back to the pack, and everybody was flying back the pace car, and I didn't see it trying to stop me. So, you know, at that point, I thought, that's it. We can get a few points, but then the car was really, really good, and the team did a terrific job.
Let's talk about the team, because the teamwork on the pit crews and the pit stops, it was just incredible. They got you back in the hunt.
Yeah, the team did an unbelievable job. I stalled it in 2 pits and in 2 pit stops. And the first pit stop, I started to go before the refueling was done, and they just did an unbelievable job. And we talked with Barry and Tony during the run, and we worked on the car a little bit, and the car was really, really strong for the second half of the race.
And then the final restart.
Yeah, the final restart was, I stayed close to Scott Goodyear, and I knew my players Reinhardt would be strong for the last few laps. But then when we got close to the pace car, I hit the brakes, because you can't get by the pace car before it gets in the pit, and I knew he was going to get black flagged.
So let's talk about, too, your feelings having won the Indianapolis 500. Has it sunk in yet?
Oh, it's great. The first part of the race, I didn't think we could make it with the 2 laps down. And I tell you, I'm lucky to be with a great team, and everybody just worked hard. It's the best team out there, and I'm real lucky to be with them.
Will we see you back to defend your Indianapolis 500 title in 1996?
I don't know yet, but it sure would be a lot of fun.
Let's go back to the tower.
All right, so Jacques Villeneuve takes the win. Let's go further down the pits. Gary Gerald.
Scott Goodyear has climbed out of the car, and Scott, I don't know how you put into words the emotions you must be experiencing right now. I'm sure you feel like you've won this race.
Well, it's quite disappointing to come down pit lane and get flagged on past victory circle. Actually, that was a bit of a surprise. I think everybody throughout the world knows that who won this race, but this pace car scenario, I mean, I got caught on it the first time, and Pruitt almost hit it. The guy's definitely slowing down in turn 4, and by the time you get a rolling go and coming through 4, I'm not sure if they're slowing down or what they're doing, but by the time I was going past him, I saw the green light, so that's all I can tell you.
I know you haven't had much time to reflect on this disappointment. How does it compare to that close second-place finish to Al Unser Jr. a couple of years back?
Well, that was disappointing, and we were racing to the end, but this probably just is underneath me right now, because I don't agree with what's going on here right now. We'll just have to wait and see.
Did you see the green light? Did you have any feel for your relationship to the pace car when it went green?
When I was going past the pace car, the next light I looked up upon was green, and that's all I need to go by.
And then was there any, did you acknowledge the black flag at all? Was there any consideration when you were talking with Steve Horn?
Nope, none from my side whatsoever. And I was staying out because in my eyes it was perfect, and if I came in and we found out that I didn't make a mistake, then what are you going to do? You don't get it back.
Steve, is there any way that you will try to pursue this? Will there be a protest filed?
We have to look at the video. I think the key part of this is USAC have already reversed one decision today. Jacques Villeneuve did actually get a 2-lap penalty for passing the pace car already and has had that reversed. So I think USAC, we have to go to USAC and look at the videos. It's very clear what happened and who won this race. So we just have to get the decision reversed.
Now, you say that Villeneuve had it reversed. We thought and our picture seemed to indicate he made up those laps on the racetrack. You don't see it that way?
No, he had a 2-lap penalty and the decision was reversed by USAC to our understanding.
Well, race control is saying that they did not reverse that decision. We'll let you take that up with them. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time. Jack?
Well, the man that comes home, a tough drive today, and you seem not to be as pleased as you should be for this type of a finish.
Well, they black flagged us, and our telemetry showed us at 91 miles an hour, and they said 109 on the pit exit, which is just total balderdash. You know, and it's amazing they'd ruin a race for that, but Miller car ran great all day long. Pit stops are great, even with me blowing one. My crew did a super job, and the car handled good, just wasn't quite great.
Now, what about the situation, you may remember it or may not, that you were running with Robbie Gordon, and all of a sudden it looked as if you waved Robbie Gordon by. What was that all about?
No, I didn't wave him by. I was asking him to go forward, you know, make sure we packed up.
Paul?
All right, so a lot of disappointment here at the conclusion of the 79th running of the Indianapolis 500-mile race. All right, let's update you on some of the drivers that were injured today. Stan Fox, still listed in serious condition, but is out of surgery at Methodist Hospital of Indiana. Scott Pruitt was taken to Methodist. They wanted to make sure that his chest was okay, and they gave him a chest x-ray. He's still there. Scott Sharp also went to Methodist, and he had bruises and contusions of his left arm. He has now been released. So the most serious accident of the day was right there on lap number 1. And Stan Fox got down into the grass. Looks really like something must have broken on that car. Almost head on into the wall. If we have any update on the condition of Stan Fox, we will give that update report during the Ladies Skins, which follows our coverage here at the Indianapolis 500-mile race. So next it is the J.C. Penney LPGA Skins game. The final results for the 79th running of the Indianapolis 500. Not official yet, but Jack Villeneuve is the winner. He's the guy sitting in the winner's circle. Goodyear tires on his car. Rookie Christian Fittipaldi in second, then Bobby Rahal, Salazar Gordon, and Mauricio Guzman rounds out the top 6. Then Ari Leyendijk, Teo Fabi, Danny Sullivan, Hiro Matsushita with a good run, Sam Pedri with a nice run, and Roberto Guerrero finishes unofficially in 12th. Brian Hurtis, Scott Goodyear, Hidesi Matsuda, Johansson, Brayton, fastest rookie Andrew Ribeiro. In 19th place, Scott Pruitt was running right there at the front toward the end. We told you, history tends not to favor a leader toward the end. So there they are, the unofficial results of the Indianapolis 500-mile race. Now, let's go down to Christian Fittipaldi and Jerry Punch.
And Christian, you drove like Uncle Emerson today. Congratulations on a second-place finish.
Yeah, I'm very, very happy because it was a difficult month for me, especially the first week. We just couldn't get the car up to speed. And it was a long race today, and I think everything worked out right. I'm only a little bit upset because the car was perfect balance up to half race distance, and I had the same pace as the leaders, and then after that, I don't know for what reason, it was oversteery all the way through. But nevertheless, it was a fantastic race. Jacques did a fantastic job, and I think he really deserved to be up there.
Paul?
All right, next time we see you here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway will be for the Brickyard 400, the first Saturday of August. I'm Paul Page. So long for the 79th running of the Indy 500.